Hey guys, welcome to the new weekly report. It is the 17th of November, and let's see if we have some decent opportunities for the coming week and how we performed in the week before. Here's your total market cap chart. So you can see we've on total market cap we've made a bit of an SR flip in confluence with the zero point 0.5 level. Um, BTC has broken back into this range, but the total market cap has not actually testing it as support. So it'd be interesting to see whether this holds, because we have not broken into this range below in the total market cap chart. And let's see if we can get something like this complex head and shoulders. But for me, I mean, I'm not looking at this as something like this, because I think we are just in a consolidation phase. So I'm looking for a price to build range. But nevertheless, interesting support in confluence with a fib level. There is a possibility this can hold. Altcoin dominance, this is alts against BTC, approaching quite a critical trend line here, and we are still waiting. We're still waiting for this weekly resistance to be taken out as confirmation that we can possibly get a push up to this 43 level. That makes it quite a decent move, a good 20%. You can see December, the September, the December bottom was also about 12%. So this will be a stronger move than what we've had all the way since April, I would say, since March and April 2018. That was the time we had a decent impulsive move. But anyway, we have already made a move that strong. And if you do follow me on Twitter, I did shill the bottom here on 8th of September, and I also shilled the bottom here in early October. So yeah, that was some good moves to catch, guys, and let's see if we can take out this weekly resistance and do something more impulsive. So we're looking at Bitcoin. You can see this channel I had drawn earlier. I think it's being respected very well. Currently we're at the middle of the channel. uh, Last week I was expecting a flush down, and essentially looking at this 82 to 8300 level. I think this is a very strong level of support. I was looking for price to at least spike down here, make a bit of a V bottom, but instead we're making a slow bleed. If you know how slow bleeds work, they're basically a way to time correct everybody out of this move, and essentially all you have to do is wait for a support resistance flip. So you can see previous support, broke down, tested it as resistance. Previous support broke down again. On a lower time frame, we have tested it as resistance, and now we're building a new flow. One very interesting thing to notice is that if you can see, I've been drawing the supports. The breakdown is getting smaller. Essentially, it means there is more interest here. There is more interest at these levels. If we are to have another breakdown, maybe another one, it's just a guessing game. So if you want to get in safely, all you have to do is wait for this support resistance to flip as support and buy the confirmation. You don't have to wait. You don't have to watch the chart all the time. All you have to do is wait for this SR flip, and when you get it, buy it. Even if this is on a lower time frame, you get this SR flip, you get it even on a 15-minute chart, you can buy it, because you have somewhere to manage your risk. The other place where I could recommend buying is close to this weekly support, the 7800 level. I think this 82 8300 level is pretty crowded now. So if either price doesn't get there, if it does, there is a possibility of getting this 78.60. If you get it, there's a good place to manage risk. So this would be a nice buy too. But otherwise, I think you need to just relax. You need to just wait it out, wait for this support resistant flip, and catch a buy there, guys. There is no need to guess. I think I am part of that squad doing a bit of guessing here, but there's actually no need to do it. Just wait for the support resistance flip and buy it so that you can catch the reversal. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just coming back quickly to the 1 hour chart. I'm generally not showing you such low time frames, but essentially, this is the daily resistance level, 85.90. Look, you can see it's been strong support. We broke down, tested it, broke back up. It was just basically a fake out, and we broke below it. So essentially, if you do get a flip here, I would say 15 minute, 1 hour, you can we can be looking for upside, but it's the old theme for now. I mean, this was a good hourly candle, so there is still a possibility. That's why I zoomed in quickly just to show you this. So you flip 85.90 as support, you can possibly try to catch that. Here we have the Dow Gold. You can see last week's scribbles. I've kind of scribbled for a couple of weeks, but was expecting a bit of sideways. This is basically the action of the entire week last week, and it's essentially gold having a pullback and Dow going a bit sideways. But since I spoke about this strong daily resistance and a weekly resistance here, it is possible that we get a bit of a consolidation here or even a reaction. But essentially, yes, Dow Gold still the same perspective, strong resistance above, so possible sideways, at least after move to the trend line or in this entire range. The Nasdaq is still trading within the channel that we had drawn. This is from the starting of October. It's a reasonably steep channel. Price is still holding it, though since since the first week of November we have had another channel forming, and how to trade channels is actually not so difficult. If you want to know what it is, you basically need 3 touches for a speculation of a channel. So once you have these 3 touches, okay, I'll just draw it out. So if you say you only have these 3 touches yet, so you draw out a channel. Okay, so you draw out a channel, say you only have these 3 touches, you get a 4th touch, which is confirmation, and this is where you take a long. I'm just gonna pull this out now. Okay, so this is where you take a long, and your target for the long is half of it. At least this is how I trade it. Half of it I take off the middle of the channel, and then I raise stops. Here we'd have to zoom in to see if you actually got stopped out or not. But my risk for this trade would possibly be somewhere here on the price structure below this. So you take off half over here, and then you move your stops up. We did not reach the top, so you would have got stopped out. Price came back down on the channel again. You take a long, half is taken off at the middle of the channel, stops are moved up. This trade is complete, top of the channel. you get another nice retest, you get a short, half is taken off, middle of the channel, trade is complete, bottom of the channel, you get a long again, half is taken off, middle of the channel, and you get stopped out of the rest, little fake out and retest of the channel, price is entering again, another long entry, half is taken off middle of the channel and taken profits on top, price spiked up, and then you have now taken another short over here and waiting for price to get back down. So a channel, I mean, it works till it doesn't, but if you can find one on the fourth touch, you can see that there is a good probability of making a decent amount of money if the channel can sustain itself. So it's basically been a nice week to be able to trade this channel over the last 5 days. There's been 3 or 4 trades in here. So so this is how you trade channels. And if you look at the larger perspective, right now we are testing the middle of the channel of this bigger channel. So I think a failure of this would have us target the bottom of this channel, also kind of in confluence with this channel. So for this channel, this is just a day trade. I'm short right now, but yeah, just a coupled a bit of education along with charting Nasdaq. So yes, still within this channel, essentially if we do have to break down below this, have a daily support at close to 8100. We'll see how price reacts to that if we do get a correction. Is gold reacting really well? You can see from our daily support, also in confluence with the middle of the channel. This was a nice short. Told you not to short down here. We're expecting a bit of a bounce on gold. I think we've made that bounce here now, and also we've taken out these stops up here. So we've broken back down below the weekly resistance. So for me right now, this is a nice risk adjusted short with a stop up here, with a target back down to the middle of the channel, maybe possibly the daily support. And the other scenario is that yes, you do get stopped out of the short and we head back on top of the channel, and if we do break back down again, yes, that will be another risk adjusted short opportunity. So for gold, there's a nice short currently available with easy to manage risk. We're looking at oil. You can see this quite important trend line. We faked out of it once, retested it, broke back down, tested and failed, and starting of November we broke out of it and we retested it and confirmed it, and built a very tight consolidation over here. Basically been about 10 days, maybe a bit more, and now you can see there was actually a strong weekly level around 57.15. It's kind of holding us down, but we've just kind of broken out of it. The thing with oil is that we've had basically since June this quite big cluster, so it can still remain choppy. This weekly resistance I feel is quite strong, so if you are to take a long, I think something like this, which can give you confirmation, can give you some way to adjust your risk up here, you'd be good to take a long till here. You can also quite easily get a failure, so there you can take a short, you can get a short, nice risk adjusted short. It's a good level. This is a good level to play with. So either you're looking for a test and a small consolidation and a way to manage your risk. You see this level taken out, you can manage your risk and try to go for a long to 60. But if you see this level failing, see some weakness, and breaks up, breaks back below, then you can also be able to pull a short. After this tight consolidation, I am still expecting that we possibly break to the upside, but since this area is so tight, you can't really say. A really good long for oil would be, I think, when oil will really set freeze once we take out 60. I think then he'll really run to 65 pretty quick. So that would be a nice trade, but right now, yeah, this is what we have to manage. Quick update on nat gas. This short worked out really well. This is a nice play, and I'm just gonna remove the older scribbles, make space for something new. And what we're basically looking at now is broken down, big resistance, and we're getting a retest for now. So a play for this would be that if you do get a failure again, you can get a risk adjusted short with the risk managed up here. And the other play, which is a bit less likely, is that we break back above, in which way you would manage along. But essentially looking for this retest for some more downside, actually possible targets here, this low, eventually heading to the weekly level. So yeah. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and share it with someone else. And if you have any questions about what we covered today, please leave them in the comments and I will be sure to get back to you or answer them in my next video. For more trading content and education, go ahead and click on the video on your right. Thanks for watching, guys, and cheers!